Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today I'm going to show you how to very simply draw the golf ball. Right, so for a lot of you guys out there, probably most of your shots shape from left to right if you're a right-handed golfer, and we're hitting those fades, those slices, and it's kind of that dream shot that we get the ball shaping from right to left, drawing, and there's a huge amount of information out there, but it's really a key of understanding what it is that makes the ball curve, and then you being able to influence that through impact to make the ball shape, whether it be left to right, right to left, but for today's video, how to draw that golf ball. So if you're new down to my channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for continuing to watch. If you enjoy today's content, consider clicking the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, make sure you get my content as soon as it lands. Follow me on all my other social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. But for now, let's get on with how to draw the golf ball. Right then guys, so the first thing we need to understand is how we're going to make the ball shape from right to left. So what we need to do is, through impact, we need to get the path that the club head is moving further to the right than where the club face is pointing. So a lot of you guys out there might be working on things at the moment, but generally speaking, what I see with a lot of guys is a ball that shapes out to the right, and we can see there that the club path was 4.5 degrees to the left, and the club face was almost 8.5 degrees to the right of the path. So what I'm going to do is not so much work on changing the path itself, but I'm going to change how the club face is relative to the path to make the ball shape from right to left. Now, this might end up with you hitting a pull draw. It could be a push draw, but we're going to get the ball shaping from right to left and then help you learn how you're going to aim in order for that shot. So I'm going to aim nice and straight down the driving range, and I'm going to keep my body alignment obviously parallel to where that club face points. So we could see, even though I set up with the club face very, very square, at impact there, I was delivering the club face that way, to the right. So we're going to change how the club actually is at address. What we're going to do is we're going to take the club, we're going to close the club face, so get it looking more down to the ground when it's up here. Then we're going to grip it so that now the club face very much is looking over to that left-hand side. Now, bearing in mind the golf ball sets off very, very close to where the club face points, this is definitely going to set off left, but even if I swing anywhere near that path, the club face should then be to the right of the path, so it will get the ball to shape from right to left. So we're going to make hopefully a pretty similar swing to that. And we can see there, setting off left. I did change my path a little bit there, but we can see the club face massively closed. So even though my path would generally be fairly neutral when I swing, if I were to do that again, get that club face really, really closed, and we can see there again, the ball setting off slightly left, turning over from right to left. But again, it's because that club face is really, really closed. Now, for me, yes, you know, it'd be absolutely fantastic if we could just do that and the ball suddenly started setting off right of target and drawing back. But that's not realistic, and not everybody that shapes it right to left would necessarily do it how it's textbook. Now, obviously, there's lots of ways you can change your downswing and maybe move your path to the right, but very often I see when guys just work on path, they kind of lose that club face control, and if you still deliver the club face open and swing more from the inside and to the right, you just hit a push fade or a push slice. So once we know there that by closing the club face a certain amount, my golf ball's setting off a little bit left and drawing, now I can get where I would be, align my feet straight, close that club face a little bit, but now I need the ball to get back more to the target. So now I'm going to shuffle my feet round to the right, hopefully miss the camera, and we can see that one now set off a bit more to the right, drew back to target, So it looks like my club path on those numbers has changed massively, but it's only really changed because I've aligned my body more to that right-hand side. Still delivered the club face, 11 degrees closed, and we can see there a very, very different shape of shot for the golfer who normally sees it left to right. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that you'll manage to do this every time because it does feel a little bit different as you set yourself up and then move your body around to the right. But definitely if you get a chance to practice, see how much you need to close that club face to begin with. Aim straight and get the ball setting off left and shaping, and then gradually get more and more round so that when you're on the golf course, if you wanted to draw the ball, you could go through that little routine of how you're going to set everything up, move around to where you know you would need to aim. And again, we can get that ball working from right to left. Now, how much shape? That's where you can then start maybe closing the club face a little bit less, closing it a little bit more, and then having to adjust your body likewise. But as I said there, it's about understanding how the club face and the path delivery into the golf ball are affecting that shape. And for most guys who are hitting it left to right, sometimes it can be a little bit of strike when we're getting into our woods, but predominantly that path is left of where the club face is pointing. So if we change the club face to begin with, get the ball setting off that way, even if your path hasn't changed dramatically, it might be more of a pull draw. But if it's consistent, it's something you can play with, and it's a really, really easy way to draw the golf ball. Right then, guys, so hopefully they're very, very simple. It's about changing where that club face is to begin with so that it is now going to be pointing left of your path, which then makes your path moving to the right of where the club face points, and that will get that golf ball curving from right to left. Now, honestly, it'll take a little bit of practice and it will take a little bit of trial and error to work out where you actually need to then align your body to get the ball to set off in the right place to shape back to target. But there's no such thing as failure when you're practicing. Exaggerate things, underdo it, see what works, see what doesn't with how much you can play around with that club face. And you might want to hit draw every single shot if you're somebody who's always sliced it. But if you can eliminate maybe that right-hand side of the golf course, it's much, much nicer for that confidence being able to stand there and think, right, I can actually aim towards the trouble on the right, knowing that that ball's going to shape back. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it, comment below, and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you don't currently, please click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Follow me on all my other social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.